Good morning. My name is Jamal Khan. I'm a senior tax partner at Churchill Tax. Today, I will be talking about HMRC tax investigations and inquiries and appealing against them. So the main topic today is how to appeal against an assessment that has been raised by HMRC and you're not happy with it. Okay, I'll share my slides. So here we go. So appealing HMRC tax inquiries and assessments. So here's a little bit about us in terms of what we do and who we are. We are specialists in tax advice, tax planning, and tax investigations. So when HMRC has started an investigation and they come to the end of the inquiry and or the investigation process, they issue a closure notice. Okay, it's called a closure notice in that they tell you what the assessments are, how much tax they've charged you, and the penalties they will be charging. So what are your options at that point? At that stage, you can ask for an independent review. So that will be an independent HMRC officer, completely separate to the caseworker that you've been working with. You can ask him to review the inspector's work and the assessments raised and penalties charged. Now, this independent review is normally carried out by a higher grade officer. And yeah, so they will assess everything. So you need to do this, you need to request the inspector that's doing the assessments, raising the assessments, that has been working on your case. You can ask him or her to request and that you're requesting an independent review. The independent review officer will contact you and provide, and at that point, you can provide any further information where possible if you think they haven't got everything. Then they will start reviewing the whole file, and that can take between 4 and 12 weeks. And they can then let you know whether they disagree. They send you a long letter to say what their outcome of their review is. In my personal experience, very rarely the review officer will disagree with the main officer's assessments. Very rarely. So yeah, you can do it. I don't think there's any harm with it, but I don't find this to be very effective. So what's next if you're not happy with the review officer's decision? You can go to alternate dispute resolution, or ADR. And you have to apply for ADR through a web portal link. You can find it on HMRC's website. Sometimes you may need to first appeal to the first-tier tribunal, the tax first-tier tribunal, mostly in VAT cases, but you need to make an appeal to the tribunal before ADR will be accepted. So they'll make it a condition that you need to go to appeal first. Okay. Essentially, ADR is mediation. So there will be a facilitator or a mediator on the day of ADR. There will be a meeting for the whole day that you will prepare. You will need to obviously prepare for the ADR, and they will appoint a whole day. These days, the ADR meetings are held online through Teams. Okay, so the mediator will just introduce everybody, and then the caseworker and the inspector, and most likely their manager, will be attending, and then it will be the taxpayer and their agent, and it's all done through Teams. And you would have the whole day to discuss the points of disputes, offer any further information, and reach a resolution. Now, our success rate at Churchill Tax has been over 90%. We have been very, very successful. Maybe 95% of our cases we've won through ADR, and I feel this is a much quicker way of getting a resolution and much more effective way of getting a resolution. Okay, but what if you're not happy with what outcome of the ADR was? If you're not happy, if HMRC are not budging, they're not prepared to reduce the tax, then you can go to the first tier tax tribunal, FTT. So if you're can go to the appeal, FTT, straight after the inspector has raised the assessments and you're not happy with the inspector's assessments, you don't have to go to independent review, you don't have to go for ADR, just go straight to the tribunal. Well, better to go for independent review and ADR first. Excuse me. So you need to complete the FTT appeal form. You've only got limited time with 30 days or 45 days. So just have to make sure what the independent review officer's letter says. But the timeline is very important. And you need to, in the appeal letter, you mention all the taxes and penalties being appealed and grounds for appeal. The appeal process is very long. So once you've submitted your appeal form, the court will issue directions. HMRC will have chance to respond, and there will be numerous directions. You provide the witness statements, the documentation, the evidence bundle, and then there are different timelines and deadlines for each stage, for each direction. But the hearing takes place around 18 to 24 months later. Once you've had the hearing, the judgment can take another several months. Okay. But what if you're not happy with the first year tribunal, the FTT decision, the judge's decision? Then you can go to the to the upper tribunal. You're not happy with the decision of the FTT, and you believe FTT made an error of law in considering your appeal. You feel the judge made a mistake. Okay, so there will be another hearing at the upper tribunal. And sometimes the decisions of the first tier tribunals are held to be wrong. I've seen many cases. But what if you're not happy with the upper tribunal decision either? Then you go to the Court of Appeal. Now, at that point, you will need permission from the judge to appeal. There are short deadlines to appeal. Obviously, as these things progress, you're incurring more and more costs. So if the tax at stake is not very high, you can if the tax at stake is not very high, you can take a view that do you want to spending so much money. Okay, excellent. Can Churchill Tax help? Of course we can. We are one of the UK's leading tax investigation specialists and HMRC dispute resolution specialists. We've successfully closed countless investigation cases over the years. We have saved our clients millions of pounds in tax. We have won over 90 to 95% of the ADR mediation meetings. Our team comprised of charged tax advisors, tax barristers, HMRC inspectors, ex-HMRC inspectors, should I say. We are second to none. We're very good at what we do. And if you read our testimonials on our website and Google, you'll get an idea of the clients that we've helped. Okay, and here's me. And these are my details. If you have any questions, if you have a problem with the taxman, with the HMRC, if you've got an ongoing investigation and you would like to get specialist help, or if you would like to help with you need help with appeal or going to ADR, get in contact with me, and I will be more than happy to help. And one of my team members, of course. Thank you.